I don't expect this video to get much attention, but here I go anyways. In 2016, I remember playing Overwatch for the first time with my friend, and I absolutely fell in love with the game. Every day after school, we would play this game for hours on end and just have a blast. As if it couldn't get any better, Overwatch would announce they're having their first summer event in the game, with new summer skins, victory poses, loot boxes, rest in peace, and most importantly, a brand new arcade game, Lucio Ball. This I believe was the first new minigame outside of quick play and competitive, unless you want to count those random daily minigames. But this mode was here to stay for a while, and so, I played it just like everybody else. But unlike everybody else, I was really good. I found two really amazing players in my journey, and we climbed all the way to top 500 together. We managed to face the #1 player in North America and Europe servers, and we beat them. It was so competitive, and it was so much fun, and I was rewarded with this. A moving spray that only the best of the best can show off, and a top 500 icon. I didn't know it at the time, but 8 years later, and these would still be my most rare items I've ever earned. But what makes an item rare? And are there even any rare items in Overwatch? I feel like an item's rarity comes down to either its scarcity or the year it came out. There isn't a great data tracker to determine how many people have a certain item, but an item like a competitive season spray or seasonal player icon are considered exclusive items, since you had to have played the game during that time frame. But what about skins? Are there any rare skins in the game? Well, in the early stages of Overwatch, there weren't really many rare skins. I believe to my knowledge there was the Noir Widow skin for pre-orders, and a BlizzCon Bastion skin. Seasonal skins would also drop, but Blizzard decided when the season returned next year, you can rebuy any of the seasonal skins player possibly missed out on, alongside the new skins they would release. These re-released skins are just the tip of the iceberg of what I want to discuss. You see, I made this video because of this news. Pink Mercy is returning to Overwatch. Now I remember when this skin first came out. I kinda wanted it, but I didn't have any money at the time, so I set my losses and I missed out. Now every once in a while I would get this idea in my head that I wish I bought it, but I like the idea that players that are showing off this skin are longtime players of the game. When you see a Pink Mercy in the game, a lot of players are either thinking that the Mercy is really good or the Mercy is a veteran player. Now, before I continue with my claims, I do want to address something real quick. I understand and I do love that this is to help support and give a big shout out to breast cancer awareness. Having any game or program have its fan base donate to those in need is an amazing collaboration to have in this world. People from all over the world can help fight for a cause. But not everyone can afford to donate, but still find ways to share the news to hopefully get others to donate, like posting on social media for instance. But for anyone who was generous enough to donate $15 got an item that felt very rewarding. An exclusive skin that was rewarding to wear because it showed you and other players that you went out of your way to donate for a cause. Your generous donation felt like an accomplishment. What sucks now is those players who now own the skin no longer feel unique. Now I don't really have an opinion on those who spent hundreds or possibly thousands on accounts that do have the skin, as I used to be a big TF2 trader back in the day and I would spend an awful lot of money on hats with particles on them. But the reason these people bought these accounts with the Pink Mercy skin is to be able to enjoy playing the game and showing off that they own something that is rare. I would have liked if Overwatch would have released just the Rose skin, just so they can allow players to still donate for a cause while letting veteran players feel important for owning a skin that they bought back in the day. Now I'm not just nitpicking this Mercy skin. In fact, Overwatch has a stupid history of re-releasing skins that were supposed to be limited edition. In that same year in 2016, Overwatch would try to promote their brand new game, which totally wasn't a League clone, called Heroes of the Storm. Now they had a promotion going on where if you played 15 games of Hero of the Storm with friends, you would be rewarded with a brand new Ani Genji skin. Now I used to play exclusively on console, so in order for me to get this skin, I had to make a Battle.net account, link up my profile from my Xbox, then download Heroes of the Storm on my slow and not made for gaming laptop, and played 15 games with 20 FPS, all for this exclusive skin. After the event ended, the chance to earn the skin disappeared and I felt rewarding for grinding out on another game to get this skin. About a year or two later, the skin would be available in loot boxes, or if you just had enough coins to buy the skin. Why? Like, what was the point of making me and potentially thousands of other players go out of their way to play your game just to let other players who didn't get a chance to earn the same skin as well? All my efforts in supporting your franchise was for nothing. Nowadays, I don't think the skin is able to be purchased, but I won't be shocked if the skin comes back in some bundle. Now, there are a handful of skins in the game that were a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get, but even with that, there are still some problems. For instance, I pre-ordered the game and got the Noir Widow skin, and it's just not in my collection anymore. I dug a little deeper, and where is the Bastion 2016 BlizzCon skin? Now, I never owned the item, but even if I filter my items to go to the skins that I don't own, it's nowhere to be found. Some skins have literally vanished, and once again, long-time loyal players, you have been fooled again. Now let's dive into what Overwatch 2 has done. I already covered the Mercy skin dilemma, so I won't be discussing it again, but let's talk about Mythic skins. But first, a bit of knowledge. Early Overwatch 2 was such a shit show that it was easily one of the worst games to ever exist. There was so much controversy on Overwatch 2, such as moving to 5v5, lots of bugs, the removal of loot boxes, the introduction to a fucking abomination of an item shop, and so much more that I don't need to discuss. Now, I do think Overwatch 2 has fixed some of its features since launch, and even though it is not a perfect game, at least it's playable, still fun with friends, and constantly gets updates. One new feature since Season 1 of Overwatch 2 was adding a Battle Pass, of course it did. In each Battle Pass, you can grind to get what should hopefully be seasonal limited edition items, but knowing Blizzard, these items will probably come back in the future. At the end of each Battle Pass, there is a unique Mythic skin for a random hero. Mythic skins, as most of you are aware, are practically legendary skins, but you can customize how your player and weapon models look, which adds a bit of uniqueness to you so you won't be looking just like everybody else. If you grinded out the season, or did the lamer route and bought the entire pass, you would unlock this exclusive skin. Now honestly, I do think some Mythic skins are just lame. Like, why do some heroes like Genji, Sigma, and Kiri get to customize so much, but other heroes like Hanzo and Orisa can only customize the weapon and color? What kind of shit is that? The main point I'm trying to make is these Mythic skins were limited to each season, and you would be rewarded for grinding out the season. Well, now screw you if you play the game, because now we have the Mythic skin shop. I mean, I get the concept of it, but holy fuck, what was the point of grinding out the season if you'll just let anybody buy them now? They're not even unique no more. You can see somebody rocking a Mythic Genji skin and just assume they bought it from the shop now. Why not just make 5 new Mythic skins for 5 other heroes and keep the shop open for anyone to buy them, while letting your loyal players who played through the absolute trash it was a year ago when you canceled PvE keep them? Those who stayed through the Dark Ages are still being screwed over. Even the Battle Pass is getting lamer each season. Believe it or not, 19 of the 80 items in Season 11's Battle Pass is just currency. Let me repeat, nearly a quarter of the items you can unlock in this Battle Pass is currency. Are you kidding me? Now Blizzard has an excuse to have 8 of their items just be currency for Mythic skins, instead of giving us actual stuff for heroes. So here's the overall message of this video. There is hardly anything rare in the game, there is no such thing as FOMO in the game, and most importantly, if you are loyal to this game and have been playing it for every year or for a very long time, there is hardly anything that makes you feel unique for playing the game for a long time. This Lucio spray is all I have left for rarity, and even for some skins that are still locked away from years ago, Blizzard is so lazy with designing skins that almost every skin in the game has a color palette swap of one another. The Ani skin I mentioned for Genji, here's a color swap of it. Here's a 2018 BlizzCon Sombra skin. And here's me owning a color swap of the exact same skin. This game is so lazy, but you probably knew that. If you agree or disagree with any of my takes, please leave a comment. I'd be glad to reply and have a nice conversation. And try to keep it civil, guys. People nowadays go apeshit when someone has a different opinion than them. Thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good one.